Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. That was a hell of an arena that just ended. I won't spoil the results, but I will say that there were donkey balls, legendaries, and singing. So please check it out if you haven't yet. It was a wet and wild ride. Here we're going to go ahead and pick up a Paladin. Now, Rogue actually was played less recently than Paladin, but I've decided to start balancing out my channel a little bit to try to get an approximately equal number of runs with all the classes. Paladin is behind Rogue at the moment, so we're just going to go ahead and balance it up a little bit and grab Uther. Alright, well, we're starting off with the ultimate Paladin card, the Outdoor Peacekeeper. A 3/3 for 3 is fine, and this is an out against big things. Very, very easy call there. Another tough call here. Well, sorry, not another tough call. A tough call here. I don't like the Razorfed Hunter much. So it's one of these two endgame drops. Now, the Stormwind Champion is a beast, but the Frost Elemental, I really like it. It's got a really nice battle cry. It comes down late in the game, and it's less expensive than the Stormwind Champion. I'm going to grab the Stormwind, though, just because it works so well with the Paladin's hero ability. I think if I were another class, it might be more of a toss-up, but since I know I've got minions, this is a good grab. So, here, I could take the Geomancer to try to buff up my hopefully incoming Consecrations and Hammer of Wraths, but let's take the Raid Leader. He's not really a 3-drop, you drop him late, but again, as a Paladin, I should have minions, so we'll be happy to pick him up, I guess, maybe. Alright, so here it's a classic choice. The Blessing of Wisdom is nifty, but let's go for a big creature. This is cheaper, and it could be as big as the Ogre, or almost as big, but the Boulderfist Ogre is guaranteed. I'm going to go for the cheap price of the Frostwolf Warlord, although I may definitely regret it. I do like the Guardian of Kings a lot, but I'm going to grab Spellbreaker here to make sure that we have a silence in the deck. That's very important. This is an easy call here. Dark Iron Dwarf, especially when you can make 1/1s for free, is awesome. Blessing of Might's nifty. But I'm going to just take a 3/2 for 2 just to have 2 drops. I'm not happy about this, though, but I'm going to do it. The Divine Shield is nice. Tough to pass up a taunt, but I think the Divine Shield is just so good it's worth taking. Aha! True Silver Champion! Woo! Ravenhold Assassin. I gotta say this. I am becoming less and less of a fan of this card. I mean, 7 mana is a serious-ass commitment. Now, compared to the Tiger. The Tiger is 5/5 with Stealth for 5 mana. Here, you're paying 2 more mana for 2 more power. That is absolutely a rotten deal. So I'm going to take the Wild Pyromancer, though I'm not a big fan, and it kills off all my minions. It's just a 3/2 for 2, and we'll try to remember not to cast spells while he's in play. Alright, Hammer of Wrath. I've learned to respect that card, so we're going to grab it up. Shattered Sun Cleric is so good. But no, True Silver Champion wins games. We're going to grab that there. Here is where we'll take the Guardian of Kings over this stuff. Now, this is a bit tempting with the Paladin, because it's kind of removal, but no, we'll take the Guardian of Kings. Justice. And enjoy that life gain. Alright, well, the only playable card is the Grizzly, so let's just grab that. Okay, Equality here is an out. That's one of the Paladin's few outs against bad things. We'll take it. Consecration. I'm sad to pass a Bloodsail Raider with 2 True Silver Champions. This is not that unlikely to be a mighty 6/3 for 2, but Consecration is an important out to have, so we'll take it. I've learned to respect the Windfury Harpy. Could use some taunt, but I'm not going to take this mediocre taunt. I just can't. I'm going to take the Windfury Harpy. I've really learned to respect how good it can be. It's a Chill Wind Yeti that attacks twice. I mean, that's nice. So a 3rd True Silver Champion. Starting to get a bit greedy with 3 True Silver Champions. But I mean, the nice thing about it is it only has a durability of 2. You can swing through it, grab the other one. I mean, the War Golem, I'm doing fine on endgame. I've already got 4 creatures. I don't need a 3rd 7-drop. I mean, I'll take more 5 and 6s, but this many 7s is a bit risky. So, the Blessing of Might, I mean, I can put it on a 1/1 and then have it swing for 4. The issue is that sometimes, actually, you know what? Getting a 1/1 to stay in play is a little bit trickier than it sounds. So, the Blessing of Might is a pretty mediocre card. I'm going to take a True Silver Champion. Call it a day. Alright, Abusive Sergeant is interesting. It definitely can be an absolutely clutch card, although Noble Sacrifice can also be nice. I'm going to take Noble Sacrifice. Sometimes it is nice to have. Right, Holy Wrath is a bit too RNG for my tastes. This I just don't like. So I could take this for mana curve reasons, or I could take the Violet Teacher for quality. Well, here's the thing. I mean, as far as 4 mana creatures go, I really only have the Dwarf and the Spellbreaker, both of which are conditional. So although it may look like this is a spike and I'm making a bad curve decision, in actuality, I have really only 1 creature that I'll play on turn 3, 2 with the Outdoor Peacekeeper, so I've got 2, let's say. Probably. I mean, the Outdoor Peacekeeper, my opponent needs to have something on the board himself, but probably 2. So that's 2 or maybe 1.5. 4 mana, I only have like 0. So this graph is deceiving. I'm going to take the Violet Teacher. Alright, here we'll take another Argent Protector. That seems good. Alright, do I take out a second Wind Fury Harpy? Well, I could use some taunt. I have 0, so we'll grab the Lord of the Arena. It's not great taunt, but it is taunt. Scarlet Crusader. Humility I do like and I would take. However, Scarlet Crusader is important, I think, because I need good 3-drops. This isn't really a 3-drop. It's more like removal. We'll take the Scarlet Crusader here just to fill up a gap. Okay, now I guess I will take a Wolf Rider. Fine. Another Argent Protector? This is starting to get to the point where we might have to start wasting these guys. I'm going to take Humility as an out against big creatures. And I will actually take Light Stresses. This has been good pretty much every time I've played it. It's totally fine. So life gain is nice, but I'm going to take Blessing of Wisdom here. That would be good to have for a little bit of card draw. Oh my gosh, alright. This stuff is not that great. We'll take a Farser. He's mediocre, but if I put Blessing of Wisdom on him, we've done that before. It's nice. Well, oh geez, so many mediocre commons. Well, we'll take a Razorfen Hunter, I guess, to buff up my Frostwolf Warlord that I took here. Okay, let's do a very careful check. So we've got a lot of 3-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that qualify as 3-drops. As for 4-drops, we really just have 1. Oh man. Well, this guy, I don't know. I mean, he's good. The 4-3 for 3 is totally fine. But I think I need more beef. I got a lot of it early on, and then I ended up not getting much. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures at 5 mana or more. That's alright. Some of them have a lot of impact, like the Wind Fury Harpy on an empty board is astoundingly good. Justice at 5/6. Those are not good stats for 7 mana, but those are, I mean, good. Those are good stats in general. You're paying a lot for that healing, but in general, if you can spend them on an empty board, it's a pretty big dude. And then the Stormwind Champion, of course, can win games. So we'll see how this goes. It's not the greatest Paladin deck I've drafted. Up against Raven, the Mage. Didn't play that many. You know, I think when I played Mage, I played no mages, so that's cool. Alright, well, let's go ahead and send this back in this. This guy will keep around. Hoping for a 3-drop, or excuse me, a 2-drop. Did not get one. That's okay, though. So we'll probably coin out the Razorfen Hunter on turn 3 and see if we can wolf right into something on turn 2, and then see if we can wolf right into something on turn 3. Wolf Rider obviously not playable against mages, just flat because the mage can kill it off. Alright, well the Stormwind Champion is there. All we need to do is survive for 6 turns and he'll be totally fine. Look, that was already 1 turn survived. Aw, yeah. I would actually trade a Wolf Rider for that. But let's grab the Razorfen Hunter. We'll see, maybe there's something even better coming down, like a Raging Worgen. You know, then I would need to kill it. So this is basically 3 toughness and 4 power spread across 2 creatures. I would honestly rather have a 3 power, 4 toughness on 1 creature. So I think this is just worse most of the time than what a 3/4 creature would have been.
What to do?
The Consecration is nice, but I would rather have one of my 3 True Silver Champions going into turn 4. There's no guarantee that Consecration will be good, but True Silver Champion is pretty much guaranteed to be good. She's fingering something, like maybe she's deciding whether Arcane Missiles is worth playing. Probably not, unless she'd done it first. Maybe the Arcane Missiles could have killed off the Piglet. Okay, here's what we do. I'm going to play this guy, put the Divine Shield on, and I'm going to do it. So the Divine Shield, that was not the most impressive Divine Shield in the world, but what it's basically doing is it's preventing this thing from getting Fire Blasted down. I could have attacked first, then put Divine Shield on it, but then she could pop the Divine Shield and kill it. That would be 2 hits. So it's actually more valuable to put the Divine Shield on first. Here's the Arcane Missiles that I actually suspected my opponent had. Are you kidding me? That was actually very improbable, but it happened, so great. Oh, geez, that sucked. So I have 2 main options here. One option is to play the Spellbreaker, silence this thing, down to a 1/3 and then attack. The problem is that this thing has a sucky 2 power, and so it doesn't kill the Mana Worm. I think I'm going to do the other option, which is to play Wolf Rider, swing, and I'll put a Blessing of Wisdom on this, and cycle it for a card.
Sucks.
I should have done that first. Ah, well, it didn't matter in this case, but I really should have done that first, because you should always draw cards first. Now my opponent has kind of a pickle. Either she spends a premier removal spell or some kind of removal on a 2/2, which just totally blows, or she lets it swing again and get another card. Wow, we have our end game all set here. On turn 5, damn it, I'm one turn away from being able to play Lord of the Arena. I'm always a mana short, it feels like. I mean, that's probably true for everybody. Everybody probably feels like they're a mana short all the time. Alright, she's gonna ping, but it lives. So mages with their awesome hero ability can work creatures down, but that's fine. It lives. Oh, that is a perfect draw. Well, let's do this, because you should always draw cards first. Iron for a Grizzly. So I can Iron for a Grizzly and recruit, or I can just go all in on the Violet Teacher. My instincts tell me to do this. This puts more creatures on the board.
Reporting for duty.
And this Blessing of Wisdom actually gave me 2 cards for a mana, so that's kind of cool. It was kind of like a 1 mana Manatide Totem. I'd say that was pretty great. And she's kind of committed to using 2 mana to kill off this Razorfin Hunter, unless she has Cone of Cold. She's going to silence the taunt off of that. Interesting choice.
I'll never tell.
Secret Keeper. Does she have a secret? She does. Well, looky, looky. Who's ready for some nookie? Noble Sacrifice. Oh my gosh, she didn't kill this creature! Oh geez. Well, let's think about this. The greedy play is just to attack, but I think it's worth it to, like, kill something with this. Let's think. I could use the 1/1 to kill the owl, I could use the bear to kill that thing.
Let me think.
Actually, hang on, I could silence the Secret Keeper down to a 1/2. Preserve some damage on the bear. Or I could play the Lord of the Arena. Nice big beefcake. Wait a minute, you know what? Let's actually do this. I'm gonna kill that with the bear. Oh no, wait, sorry, you should always draw cards first. I'm gonna attack and draw cards, see what we get. It's a secret, it's Ice Barrier. Well, it's not killing my creature, unfortunately. It's a good thing I did that. I actually would rather play this than Lord of the Arena, I think. Yep, so we'll, I can't play it and a recruit, but what I can do is play it. He's a 7/7, so he's better than the Boulder Fist Ogre would have been. Let's put the Noble Sacrifice down, and let's go ahead and kill off that owl. So I have a lot of 1-power creatures, but this Blessing of Wisdom, Jesus. Unlike a really unremarkable creature, it drew me 3 cards. That is totally fine. So, she's actually going to kill the bear off. I guess she has other plans to kill off this thing. Just gonna silence. Wow, that's a lot of silence. It's 2 silences already. Jeez. People, man, they really love their silences. Just gonna Cone of Cold to finally finish off my hunter. Fair enough. Well, I'd love to use the Pyromancer to kill off this owl in high style, but the only spell I have is Consecration. This would waste a lot of health. There's nothing on the board, so it's kind of unimpressive. Ugh. Well, I guess we'll play Lord of the Arena. That's the turn. So she's 1 mana short of being able to Flame Strike and kill the Lord. She can, of course, Flame Strike and attack the Lord with the Owl, but the Noble Sacrifice is a 1 mana removal spell for this Owl once it attacks. The Mage, being a savvy player, probably knows that that's Noble Sacrifice, but she doesn't have any good way to flush this out. I mean, the Owl is pretty much the best way to flush it out. It saved her from the wrath of the Frostwolf Warlord. Might as well, now having done its job, also flush out that secret. Okay. There goes the Owl.
Get down!
And Crucible for Champion. This is a good drop right here. Note that weapons are not spells, so this would not have triggered off the Violet Teacher. So my opponent is way behind on cards because I got to draw 3 off of that ridiculous Blessing of Wisdom. I think she really under-respected it. This has a nice body. 3/5 survives Flame Strike, so she'll need to spend her whole turn with Flame Strike if she wants to kill it, to use her hero ability on this. And, yeah, I guess we're ready to drop a Stormwind Champion and lay the beats. Fat beats, cool treats.
I wonder.
It will be very interesting to see where Fire Blast goes. Oh, never mind. Well, now it's not interesting. It'll obviously go on the sheep.
May my ancestors watch over you.
Oh, she's gonna work that guy down. Interesting choice. Well, I really want to play Raid Leader and Stormwind Champion, but of course, I don't have enough mana. The reason that'd be so cool is it could actually buff the sheep twice and then let it kill off this warrior. Always 1 mana short. Well, let's just use the weapon to kill this thing. That seems like a good idea. Let's swing for the horde. And... oh geez, that was a mistake. I should have played my Stormwind Champion first. Oops. Well, we'll say oops. And then we'll pass the turn. So I could have dealt 2 more damage to my opponent there had I played the Stormwind Champion first. For some reason I thought I was going to play this guy, then I realized it would be wasting way too much health. I don't want to waste that much health gained against a mage. Granted, maybe just the 5/6 on the board would have been fine. Frost Nova. Alrighty then. Arcane Explosion. So everything is ready to die. Well, what I want to do is silence this guy so that he can attack, but I don't want the buffs to go away. Well, let's actually do this. I'm gonna do this. And I'm going to put a Divine Shield on him. Now, you might be like, wait a minute, Boris, why are you putting a Divine Shield on this guy and not one of these things that's about to die to the hero ability? Because, actually, I want this guy to survive Fireballs. He's my 6/7 dude. I want him to live. Now, well, then why not put it on the Stormwind Champion? Well, in case she has Polymorph, I want her to have a tough choice. Do you Polymorph the thing that's giving everything a buff, or do you Polymorph the biggest thing? Probably the correct answer is to Polymorph the Stormwind Champion. Therefore, I get to keep this Divine Shield on. And because the mage has other targets, she can of course pop the Divine Shield with hero ability, but she has other targets that need to be killed. Kurumashi Berserker is actually quite impressive here, because my stuff hits for 6. That sucks. Unless of course I play Raid Leader, we'll do that. I don't want to pop the Divine Shield for 2 damage, let's just use the Stormwind Champion. Swing, swing, swing. There's really no reason to play any of my creatures. I'm actually somewhat vulnerable to Flame Strike. Flame Strike kills everything and pops... well, she pops the Divine Shield first, then Flame Strikes, takes us down to 3 health. It would be a 5/3, and then everything else is dead. So I don't want to overextend too much against the Flame Strike. But if that's not Flame Strike, which it seems not to be, or else she wouldn't be doing this, she'd be popping the Divine Shield if it were Flame Strike. I win. I mean, there's nothing she can do. I even have Consecration for a couple extra damage. And I can silence with the Spellbreaker her taunt. Okay, she's just gonna let me do my thing. Well, that was a really good start to the arena. Let's see if we can replicate it. The last arena I played was so weird. We played against a lot of like people who played really badly. And then there's also some insanity with legendaries and other junk. Lots of legendaries abounded. And then there was singing. So this arena, I'm just hoping for some nice, normal games. You know, maybe I'll lose, maybe I'll win. But I think I've had my quota of silliness for the day. Well, our first game was against a mage, and here we're up against a priest, which is not encouraging. I should mention something very interesting, which is that Mind Control is getting nerfed. Blizzard had an announcement at BlizzCon. They're going to make Mind Control cost 10 mana. Which is a very interesting change. I'm not sure it was necessary, and I think actually nerfing it to 9 mana would have been more than sufficient. But I am happy, because it means that when I play against priests, that's 2 whole extra turns. I don't need to worry about mind control, and yeah, that's a really huge deal. So on turn 2, it will depend on what he plays. I mean, if he plays a Northshire Cleric, I'll do nothing. If he plays a 3/2, I'll just waste the Battle Cry. And if he does nothing, I'm going to make a Recruit. Because honestly, this is a 1/1. Not that different from a 2/2 for the most part. So I don't want to waste the Battle Cry is basically what I'm saying. So we'll just leave that guy on hand. Alright, here comes the coin for a 3-drop. Let's see what it is. Demolisher. Well, that's interesting. I'm not that enthused about playing the Raid Leader and just having it die. I guess we'll play this guy. He actually does kill Demolisher. So Demolisher will get rid of my Recruit. That's fine. This guy is now threatening to kill the Demolisher. Attacking twice. Let's see if my opponent has Shadow Word Pain. Honestly, using Shadow Word Pain on this, that's fine by me. Oh, okay, that's a clever way of doing it, I think. Because previously, my guy could have killed his and stayed at 1 health, now it's just dead. Well, the good news is, we get to play Violet Teacher. Shadow Word Pain on this would be quite depressing, but the alternative was to, like, do something wacky, like, oh, you know what I should have done? Maybe I should have played Raid Leader and Noble Sacrifice. Then, if the Crazed Alchemist attacked the Raid Leader, it would have bit the Noble Sacrifice, or he could have realized that was obviously Noble Sacrifice and not attacked. But, still, that would have been nice play. Okay, so, I can put a Divine Shield on this and just smack the Light Spawn to get it down to be a 2-2. The problem with that plan is my opponent being a priest can just, heal it. So, another alternative would be to play Raid Leader. I could buff this up to 4 attack. What I really want to do is play the Raid Leader, buff this up to 4, put a Divine Shield on it, then play Light's Justice and finish off the Light Spawn. Sadly, I can't quite do that. Well, we'll do something close. We'll do this.
Instruction begins.
Oh man, I don't want to do that. God, I just don't want to do that. My Violet Teacher does die. Oh no, wait. Maybe I'll Light's Justice. Make a 1/1. I mean, I could throw away the Violet Teacher and use the weapon to finish off the Light Spawn. Or I could use the weapon to take more damage from the Light Spawn, then kill it with the Violet Teacher, leave it at 1 health, dies to Holy Nova, coming up next turn. Jeez, Holy Nova. Well, I guess the 1 extra health on the Light Spawn is more important than 4 extra health on me. I could also just kill this guy. Let the Light Spawn do what it wants to do.
Instruction begins.
Man, I don't know that I made the right move. So basically, now what I did was I have a Noble Sacrifice here, protecting my stuff from this Light Spawn. So my opponent could attack with a Light Spawn, bite the Noble Sacrifice, heal the Light Spawn back up. But that would be 2/5 of his mana. Oh my gosh, it got buffed by the Raid Leader. I always forget that Noble Sacrifices get buffed by things. So okay, then I made the right play for sure. Because now this can only get buffed up to 4/4, and the Violet Teacher can trade with it. Holy Nova, okay, well, that's a fair move, so I kept enough life on the Holy Nova here, or on the Violet Teacher. So now what I can do is bemoan the fact that I have these things and 6 mana. So this is why, by the way, the difference between 6 and 7 is huge, but at least we can do this. I can play the Argent Protector for Divine Shield. So this guy essentially did 3 damage to the Light Spawn. I also, it's not exactly correct to say that, because I also gave up the opportunity to deal 3 damage to my opponent's face. So this guy kind of did 3 damage to the Light Spawn, but not really. And then I have this thing. So my opponent played a Holy Nova previously. Does he have another Holy Nova? No, but he has something that's just as good, because he can do that. Blah. Well, let's think. I can play Storm and Champion, of course. I got a 3/3/2/2. Trade them both in. This guy did his job. Yep, seems good.
Behold the might of Storm.
I don't want this around any longer than it needs to be.
This is my responsibility. For justice.
I'm going to attack, because I know that there are 3 True Silver Champions in here, so I'm likely to end up wasting this anyway. If I didn't have 3 True Silver Champions in the deck, I would have held on to this. Shadow Word Death is going to very cheaply kill my guy. Cult Master. This Light's Justice is not really doing it for me. So the Abomination's not great, actually. The Cult Master can just happily run into it and die. This guy will get potentially mind controlled. So let's do this instead. And I'll pass the turn. So Cult Master on an empty board, my opponent must have a really weird hand, because generally you don't want to do that unless you're out of options. He's gonna get to draw a card. Fair enough. Thought steal my stuff. Oh geez, he's not very, but he's reasonably likely to get a True Silver Champion. They're 3 out of 19 in there. That is unfortunate. He could also get a Consecration, which would suck. Bah. Thought steal. When you have a good deck, it really sucks to see it. He's gonna Outdoor Peacekeep, which makes sense. It stops this guy from being able to kill the Cult Master. Man, I wish this were a True Silver Champion. It'd be a lot better. Ah, Dark Iron Dwarf, you are music to my eyes. Okay, first of all, let's kill the Cult Master. Whoop-de-doop boop. Let's play the Dark Iron Dwarf. Oh my god, this is so good, it's insane. Oh my god, it's so good. Now the question is, do I play the Abomination? Well, I will play the Abomination, and the reason I'm playing it is that as long as it doesn't die, it's a 4/4 with Taunt, and at the moment, the Novice Engineer can't kill it, not even with the help of a Dark Iron Dwarf. So it would take a little bit of help for my opponent to kill this thing. Now if it dies, yeah, it kind of sucks. I don't want this dwarf getting damaged, I don't want this boar dying off. So I'm hoping it doesn't actually die until a time of my choosing. Wow, Ragnaros has been played against me a lot lately. Like, a lot. Oh, and of course it hits me in the face. I was really hoping it would hit one of my creatures. Okay, so basically, I do have a couple of options here. One option is to play this guy, get some badly needed health. Oh, well, let's just figure out what we're doing with this Ragnaros first. That needs to obviously be taken care of. So I can play Equality, get his health down to 1. Problem is then my guy's health is at 1, 2. Then I can actually use the weapon to pick off this Novice Engineer, swing for 8, and play a 5/6 and heal up. That's an option. It's an option. Another option is to run my Abomination into the Ragnaros. It'll get hit for 4, and then this guy will die, and then it'll go to 2, and I can't deal 2 very well. Oh, it's annoying. I wish I had a way to buff this, and I don't. I don't want to hit it with my weapon, obviously. Okay, so I think the plan is, in fact, going to be to use Equality. So, let's play Equality. Let's kill this. Let's kill this. Swing, swing, swing. And I'm gonna go ahead and heal up. Pass turn. So my opponent could mind control this. Then the Abomination would actually be enough to trade into it. She stole my Consecration. Or he stole my Consecration, the ass. That sucks. A Holy Smite would finish it off, or so would a Charging Merfolk. Damn it. Oh my god, that was such a good thought steal. I mean, a True Silver Champion would have accomplished the same thing, basically. Although Consecration did do 2 extra damage to this, which really blows. Another thought steal. Oh god, now he's almost practically guaranteed to get a True Silver Champion. And River Crocodile comes online. Okay. Yeah, okay. I need some good cards. That doesn't quite do it, but we'll see what we can do here. So we're going to do this. Do I kill the creature or do I swing for 5? I'm going to kill the creature because this Crocodile could kill my 2/2. And every creature that I have is valuable. Let's see, I've played my Stormwind Champion this game. Did I play my Stormwind Champion? Or was that the last game? Uh-oh. I can't remember. I don't think I played my Stormwind Champion. I think that's still in the bag. I still have 3 True Silver Champions. My opponent has 6 cards, though, to my 4 creatures, so he's got 10 mana. Yeah, it's a problem. That Equality really took a lot out of me. Mind Control. Well, my opponent's going to steal that for his whole turn, no less. Interesting. I guess he really has nothing good to do. What does he have here? Like Power Word Shields or something? Ah, he's going to steal it and heal it. Wow, that deserves a well played.
Well played.
There's a True Silver Champion. Well, I'm going down on health, but priests aren't exactly like a burn class. Unless he's holding on to like 2 Holy Fires or something silly. So I'm just going to go ahead and go down to 11 to preserve my Divine Shield and my creature. I would have had to use Divine Shield creature and not deal 4 damage in order to kill that thing off without my weapon. Did my opponent in 2 Thought Steals really steal none of my True Silver Champions? Okay, there you go. Of course you didn't whiff on those. So he's gonna... his life total will stay the same. He just needs to kill a few 1/1s and a 3/1 with things. Ah, that's really annoying. That is annoying. Well, we gotta keep it going. Ooh, interesting. So I could Humility. It's essentially like a 1 mana heal 4. Yeah, we'll do it.
For justice.
I think it's worth it. Well, my hero ability is shockingly good here because unlike the mage or the druid, which just deal 1 damage a turn, or even the rogue, I put out a thing that like stays on the board and deals a damage a turn. So like if my opponent keeps on just not killing these things, he's gonna be in trouble. I mean, I'm dealing 6 damage a turn right now. He needs an answer. That's not quite good enough. Although it'd actually make me use my Divine Shield, I think. Or is it? I could just keep on swinging. I could just keep on racing. Ah, smart move. That deserves a well played. That is the correct move because now this thing is very difficult for me to kill. I think he stole 2 of my True Silver Champions.
Squire.
No, oh no, that's a really good card. Ah, jeez. Well, I don't remember if I think I used Stormwind Champion, but if I didn't, I really need to draw him sometime soon here. Another True Silver Champion would also help. If I could draw my own goddamned Consecration, that would be nice too. But yeah, he had enough actually to put stuff on the board and actually threaten me fairly hard. Blessing of Wisdom. Oh man, that's not the right thing. Balls. I can deal 6 damage. Yeah, it's not good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Trade and draw a card. So that was just a 1 mana cycle. The Grizzly Bear. Yeah, not really that good.
Reporting for
Is it worth it to throw 2 away to kill the Squire? Otherwise, the Squire can attack 1 and then heal. No, he's planning to attack the bear with this Knight and then heal the Knight. Alright, I'm gonna throw them all away.
the battle.
So here's the move. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm making it so that if the Squire runs into the bear, the Squire will die. Or sorry, the Knight runs into the bear, the Knight dies. My opponent can of course heal, but then he runs into the Knight and stays at 1 health where my remaining recruit can kill him. Or my opponent can play a 6/6 that does that. So that was all pointless. Ah man, he's got the creatures now. God damn it. This game I just sort of ran out of steam. My opponent drew my good cards. And that was that. Okay, what am I doing? This is over.
Well played.
So that was it. Well, man, can't quite go up to 2-0. But if the casual players are still awake here on Sunday night, I might get some easy games. There's only one way to find out, folks, which is to stick around for the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and/or subscribe, and I'll see you soon for the rest of this run. Till then.